Hey guys, it's Jeff with the House of Garb, and today I don't have a whole lot to talk about other than I've been pretty busy lately. Got a lot of orders coming in for screen printing and for vinyl. I've already done about 18 hoodies of the same kind. I'm gonna do 2 more today, and I still gotta cut the vinyl. It's actually a 2-color job. It's got glitter and it's got like a white skull on it. In fact, I'll go ahead and show you right here an example. And yeah, so I don't have a lot to talk about today other than got these hoodies. They just came in. Just a basic black hoodie. This is an independent brand hoodie. Black. It's got the zipper. So basically, you got your left chest and then a full back. So that's what we're going to work on today. Other than that, kind of want to talk to you about a couple other things. But before we do that, let's roll the intro. And just like that, we're back. So like I was saying, getting ready to do these hoodies. I just got a big screen printing order in. I keep saying yeah, so I have a lot of screen printing to do. It's a 2-color job, front and back. And it needs orange and black are the 2 colors. So we'll be getting that going. I'll probably have that in another video. Do want to talk to you a little bit about kind of like my history. I've been kind of thinking lately, like, I don't know, who watches this channel, but of the people that do, a lot of you probably don't know me, and not that I'm that interesting of a person, but I thought I would let you kind of give you a little background of who I am. So yeah, my name is Jeff. I was born and raised in Ohio, and my whole screen printing, or I should say my whole printing adventure, started in high school. When I was in high school, I was always interested in art and things like that, and I took a class kind of to get out of going to normal classes. But I took a printing vocational school class and took 2 years of that and graduated from there. And from there, I started my adventure. It took a while before I actually got my first printing job. Did a lot of warehouse work, typical 20-year-old kid, 18 to 20. So basically, I've had quite a few printing jobs since then. My first job was making like business cards and letterheads and envelopes and things like that, and I was what you call a paste up artist, where basically we would take the logos that were sent in on paper and you would cut them out, and you'd apply this like wax on the back of the paper, and you'd paste it on another like cardboard type piece of paper. It's not cardboard, but it's like cardstock, and so you'd paste it on there, and that wax basically makes it stick, and you'd make sure all the logos were straight on there, and then you would go and you would scan it into a computer, and then from there you would actually digitally cut out each individual logo and rename it and give it a file name, so that way the you want to call them graphic artists or the typesetters would be able to, when they were making a business card or whatever they were making, they could apply that logo to the job, and that way they could burn their plates for offset printing. So that was kind of my first job, and fast forward to today, and I'm still doing a lot of the same things. Printing has definitely evolved quite a bit since my first job. I'm now 42 years old, doing small format printing now. Just started a new job doing small format. I work on Rico presses. So it's basically just a I like to say it's a beefed up version of a copier. It's basically similar to a color copier. There's just a beefed up version. You know, quality's a lot better. Speed's usually a lot better. You know, they do a lot of things that copiers do, but they're printers. So that's what I do now. I do a lot of bindery work and stuff like that. I have well over, 10, 15 years of experience total. I think somewhere between 10 and 15 years total experience. As far as the screen printing side, I've only had one job where I did screen printing, and it wasn't shirts, it was signs. We made large format signs, and I was an ink technician there. So I actually mixed all the ink and formulated the ink, custom spot colors, stuff like that. So I do have a bit of a printing background. I love printing. I've always loved printing. Ever since I stepped foot in that class in high school, I thought this is cool. I want to do this for the rest of my life. So here I am, and that's why I started the House of Garb, which is my business. I started it because I'm passionate about it, and just like most people out there, you get tired of working for somebody else. You want to work for yourself. The dream is to have your own business where you do what you're passionate about, do what you love, and you don't have to work for somebody else. I find it, I wouldn't say easier. Easier is not the right word. It is definitely not easier to start your own business, but the freedom is more of it's a work freedom. It's more of, I pick my hours, and it's not that I'm lazy. It's that I would rather work close to home. I drive an hour to work every day. I would rather work close to home. Anything out where I live, you either work at a warehouse or you drive an hour to work. So I don't want to work in a warehouse. Also, I call the shots, and what I mean by that is, I choose where my business goes. I choose, the type of clients that I want, coming to us. I choose, what we offer as far as the printing is concerned, and I get to, decide what's quality and what's not. And quality is a high priority with me. I really, try to really push myself to get the highest quality. And so I don't know. I don't want to keep going on and on about this, but I'll kind of give you a background about that. There's a lot more to me as far as like personal. I'm not afraid to give it out. I don't know. Some of you may know, because in my first video I talked about it a little bit. I'm in recovery from drugs and alcohol, and I actually just got 10 years clean November 1st. So that's a big achievement for me. And part of having this business is almost, it's a really weird thing, but having this business is kind of like, I was on the negative side of things, and this business really takes me to the positive side of things. Those in recovery will probably understand that a little better. I mean, some of you may understand, but it's a big achievement. I prove to myself every day that I can do better than I did yesterday, and I'm really big about that. And so yeah, tell you what, let's get started on these hoodies, and that's enough of my backstory, so let's get to it. I don't know if you guys have ever worked with glitter. It can be difficult to work with, and I can kind of show you on video. See if you can kind of see these cut lines. So you can't even see them on camera. They're really hard to see, and you almost have to look at it at an angle like this to kind of get the cut lines. I don't think you're seeing much of that on camera, and you definitely can't see it here, and you can kind of see it there when I kind of like bend it. I don't have a light. Oh yeah, I do. I can use this light right here. So it's funny, you put a light through it, you can actually see your cut marks, and that's kind of how I weed. You can put a camera at an angle so you can kind of have it on here. You can kind of see it. But anyway, what I'm saying is glitter can be like really difficult to weed at times because you can't see. So if you got any details in your art, it can be really difficult. With glitter, I tend to not put many details. I usually tell my clients, minimal detail is best with glitter, because glitter, it's so thick, it's hard to really get any fine cuts on it anyway. But this design, it's basically like a skull, and the eyes and the nose of the skull are glitter, and then they want their name underneath in glitter. They're nicknames, basically. Some of them have their real names, but some of them are nicknames. Like I said, this is number 19 and 20, I believe, of these hoodies. So I've done quite a few already. So let's go ahead and get to our favorite part, the speed weed. Let's press our hoodie. Cool thing about this vinyl is, as you see, I can be pretty rough with it and it still stays in the correct position. I don't suggest that if you're using a lot of other vinyls. This here that I'm using is Stahl's. It's fashion film. So I've got it on there. And I don't need to use a Teflon sheet because I don't have any exposed vinyl. Go ahead and press that for a couple seconds. I'm just tacking it. So it's just a couple seconds just to get it adhered to the jacket. Alright. So I'm now applying the glitter. This can be a little bit tricky because I don't have a lot of room. And I did make the glitter a larger size, but I didn't want it too big. So the glitter is a little bigger as far as the eye holes where the eyes are. The glitter is a little larger than the rest. And now I'm doing the name, trying to get it straight. Okay, and so what I do here, to give you an idea, so if I put the eyes over top of the skull and I press it, where these lines are, where it's cut out, where the edges of the plastic are, that will actually press into the vinyl on the skull. So what I like to do is to prevent that is it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So I'm getting ready to press this now. So when I go ahead and I press this, I'm gonna press this only for a couple seconds. I'm just gonna tack it, even though this is the whole design, I'm gonna still tack it to prevent those lines, and I'll show you how I get those lines out. So tack it down, a couple seconds, about 3 seconds is good. Bring it back up, go ahead and peel my vinyl, and I don't think you'll be able to see it, but can you see that? So there's a little line right here. There's a line. So how I prevent that now that it's there, is now I'm gonna go ahead and press it for the full amount of time. And you'll see when I do that, it looks way better. So now that I bring it back up, lines are gone. So that's how I do that. Makes it look a lot more professional, looks cleaner, customer's happy. And like I said, quality is a big deal with me. I do my best to give the best quality possible. Making money is great and all, but happy customers are even better. All right. And I'm going to show you that here's what the left chest looks like. So this one's nickname is Boop, and it's got the purple glitter. It's got the glitter over the eyes. Looks pretty good. And as you can see, there's like no lines whatsoever in it. So that's a good press. So let's go ahead and do the back. I got my little T-square thing. I just use this to kind of guide me. So like I said, my skulls all land in the exact same spot. The top of each skull hits the exact same spot on all my hoodies. When you're doing a lot of hoodies, you know people might be sitting next to each other. This might be something they see, and you know it's important to, like I said, quality. So I'll put this at the 3.5 mark, and like I said, that's the only thing I'm really using it for, is to make sure all of them are hitting in the same spot. Try to get rid of that. I like to hold my hoodie up to see if it's straight, and that looks good. So I'll show you. That's what it looks like. Let's go ahead and press this and meet you back over at the heat press. Wow, you beat me there. You're really fast. Yeah, I tried my best to beat you, but you got here first. So, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the heat press, like so. And if you don't notice, I haven't told you, I know, but I'm using a press pillow on my heat press. That way, the zipper and stuff like that won't get in the way. So, because of the size of this image, I actually have to do about 4 presses total for the back, because I have to do the skull, then the glitter, and then I have to like do the full press, and then I have to do the glitter bottom separate because it won't fit on my heat press. So let me show you how I do all that. So the first thing I do is tack my skull. Now my skull's tacked on. I go straight for the glitter eyes. And I do the same thing with the glitter eyes that I did on the left chest. So just tacking it for a couple seconds. And I'm using high pressure settings for this stuff. Especially when using press pillows, you're going to use high pressure. So, press that probably for a little longer than I wanted to.
Hey.
Yes.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I just finished the brownies.
All right, I'm back, and that was my girlfriend checking up on me. She said she made some brownies, so I'm gonna have to hurry and get this over with so I can get up there and have a brownie. So, anyway, where I was at. Yeah, I pressed this probably a little bit too long because I wanted to tack it, but it's fine. It does have a line in it. So like I said with the lines, now I got to do a full press for the whole skull. So let's go ahead and do that. And what I'm doing is put my thumbs right here on the edge of my heat press, and that tells me where the platen is gonna, or where the upper part is gonna come down. So I like to do that. Keep your fingers out of the way when you press, because pressing a finger is not going to feel good. Alright, so now that's done. And that got the lines out. So here's the fun part. I have to actually take my hoodie and kind of move everything. And by moving it, I mean moving everything up like that. Now the hard part is trying to keep my vinyl that's back here in the back. It's hard. It's really hard to keep it from like melting and sticking to itself. So It's definitely the most difficult part of this process. I mean, if I had like a 16 by 20 press, it wouldn't be as bad. I'd probably be able to do this on one, but I have a 15 by 15. So this is where I run into some problems sometimes. But we work around them, right? We always find a way. So I'm going ahead and put my glitter on. And grab my Teflon sheet. Now you're going to notice I'm going to tack this too. Okay. Peel this up, peel that off, and then go ahead for my final press. And what I do for my final press is I make sure I bring my hoodie down all the way down to the edge. So basically I'm trying to get the full skull as much as I can in there so I can do a full press. And this is where it gets crazy. I'm actually probably gonna have to press it one more time on the actual skull with the glitter piece hanging down, because I'm making a line now at the back of my press where my skull's hanging off the back. So there's that. So then I bring the skull back down, scoop my press pillow up, and yeah, I have a little bit of wrinkle, but I don't have to press it for the full amount of time, just enough to kind of get that wrinkle out. And about 5 seconds is usually good enough. And boom, it's gone. So here's one completed hoodie. And there's the back side. Maybe you can see on my skull, I've got no wrinkles. So there's the front, or there's the back, and this is the front. So I'm not gonna go over the second hoodie because I know this can get pretty boring. I just wanted to show you how I got through some of the challenges that I had in doing these hoodies. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other one on my own. So it is Thanksgiving here. I'm uploading this video probably in a couple days, so you won't see it until later. So I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and feel free to subscribe down there. I believe it's right here. Subscribing and liking is well appreciated by me, and leave a comment down below and I will respond. So let's keep on pressing and keep on printing, and let's do this together. Have a good day. This is Jeff from the House of Guard, signing out.